to the podcast Life is Funny That Way, which we have had to record this intro 3 to 4 times by now. And I am not tech savvy, so trying to delete our intros has been complicated.
Yes.
My name is Sarah Batishi, and I am here with my mother, who would like to tell you hello.
Hello, America.
Hello, America.
This is Diana Batishi. I'm sorry, my brain is fuzzy on cough syrup right now.
Yes, coming off of the cough syrup.
Yep.
It seems like everybody's been sick lately.
Yep.
You know, allergies or what have you.
Yeah. Or COVID.
COVID, yes.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. I just want to tell you about my week. My daughter Autumn is adding, my collector.
She's adding accoutrements to her house. Accessories, if you would.
Accessories to her house everywhere.
I see you've got a nice cat bed.
Collector. I say collector. Sarah calls it a hoarder.
Yeah, because one day we're gonna be on the episode of Hoarders.
Yes.
And we're gonna be going through Autumn's house.
Yes. She's very clean, but she likes to collect stuff. She has a fairly good-sized bedroom, and it is slowly becoming smaller and smaller. It's going to turn into like an attic pretty soon. It's starting to look like an attic.
She's got at least desks in every corner. And
yes, I think she has maybe 3 printers in there. I mean, how many printers do you really need, Sarah?
Maybe they each do different things. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they're each specialty.
Specialty
Some
printers.
kind of specialty, which,
nice.
Drives her dad crazy because she's, spending, usually his money, but it's more her money now. But, yeah, he just sees all the spending going on. And like Sarah said, she put a cat bed on my porch.
Yes, I see you've got a cat bed. I'm sure that, looking at all the neighbors around, they've got they're getting their decorations out. They're nice planters, or maybe some are putting out some mums for fall, getting ready for that. And then there's your house, and you've got a
cat bed.
A cat bed sitting outside.
Yep.
I realized when I came up today, I was like, well, that's new.
And the cat is starting to sit in it, too, for hours at a time. So now people come up, they see, oh, that's a nice planter. And then they look to the right.
And there's a cat.
And there's a cat bed sitting there. So, yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah. Yeah. And the cat, like a dog, he waits for her to come home at work at night. So he will get in the bed about 7 o'clock, and he'll lay there till about 10 when she gets home. So he's like a dog.
So he won't even come inside?
No, he likes it out there in the cat bed.
Okay.
Yes, I've tried to get him to come in, but...
He's an interesting cat. He was supposed to be an emotional support animal for her, but I feel like she is his emotional support animal.
Yes, she is.
He's got some severe anxiety.
Severe. I mean... It's not just the front porch, America. She has moved the cat food and the water supply out off the back deck. So we've got a cat bed on the front porch, and we've got a feeding station outside by the deck.
And you've got a hamster in your spare bedroom.
Right. And plus she bought this week a Ring camera to tape all the animals coming, because we have stray cats coming to eat now.
Because James and I saw that coming up. We're like, when did they get a Ring camera?
Yeah.
We saw the sticker, and we're like, what? When did that happen?
I thought the same thing. I walked downstairs the other day, and it had that Ring sticker on the front door, which the camera is actually in the back facing the deck. But I thought, when did we get a Ring? Did Dad buy something? Not tell me. But that is apparently not what happened. Apparently she's just, like we said, adding things into the house. So here's one further thing I got to tell you.
Is that how she taped the raccoons?
Yes, I was going to tell you about the raccoons. So this is the whole reason, America, she bought the camera. It was not to catch burglars, thieves, or people stealing packages. Why would they do that on the back deck, right?
Right.
So instead, it was to put food, hot dogs, all over my deck.
Out of all the things, she's putting hot dogs out there.
Yes, she read somewhere a man tamed the raccoons by feeding them hot dogs.
So this is very concerning. The fact that she wants to tame raccoons.
Yes.
For what purpose?
Right.
What is the end game here?
Dad told me you better not feed them because they're gonna...
Because they're raccoons.
He said they're gonna tear up things. And I was like, oh, I thought they were cute because the other night...
they are adorable.
Autumn and I were up till 2 p.m. watching them eat hot dogs and things on the deck. She even had like a little... what do you call it? A little thing.
A maze?
A little maze set up, little things she put there.
So she's putting, okay.
Yeah.
Let's start over here. She created a maze for raccoons to get to the hot dogs.
Well, what I mean by maze is she had some kind of panel with all these knobs on it and things like that, and they had to figure it out. Get the hot dogs.
She's training them for something. This is alarming. She's building an army of raccoons.
Yes, she is. There were 6 out the other night.
Raccoons are known thieves and scavengers.
Yes.
What is she doing?
Yeah, I am not clear, but this is the whole reason behind the Ring camera.
To why she
bought it.
To conduct her experiment so she can track.
Yeah.
How the raccoon army is coming along.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's right. And she makes sure that our cat, is out on the front porch in his bed while the raccoons are out back.
While her pet raccoons are in the back.
Right.
Great.
That is the way it is, America. That is the way it is.
Really glad I don't live here.
Yes.
You know?
It's very interesting. I have to admit, things are getting really interesting. My nightlife is perking up.
I feel like that's, you and Dad are at a point in your lives where, maybe you were just getting a little bored. And so, because you've empty nesters and then you brought Autumn home.
Yeah, we're spicing it up with raccoons.
This is how you spice up your life
after 36 years of marriage.
Yes.
Yeah.
If that's what you're feeling, America, if you're feeling complacent and bored, just move a neurotic
child home. Yes. Yes, and then your life will really spice up.
It'll pick up. It'll speed up.
Yeah,
real quick.
Real
really
quick.
Exciting.
Real quick.
So
and let me just say one more thing about the Ring camera. This is what she's doing. She's watching I guess there's like a community of Ring people.
What?
From what she's telling me. Well, she can see what's going on in like neighborhoods.
Sorry.
In like neighborhoods.
What?
These people are a community of people. And they can see what crime is happening 4 miles from you. And she has now got me paranoid about what goes around this area that we live in
so they
at night.
Can see what's going on in your camera. They can see your ring.
Right. Like, well, no, not that. Well, you can post it. But people will say things like, be careful, I caught this guy stealing from my car. Or, be careful, I caught this guy trying to look for a key to get in my front door at night. I have them on the Ring camera.
Okay.
So
I didn't even
now
know that was a thing.
I hate to break this to you, Sarah, but as your mother, you now have to move because your community has been spotted on the Ring camera.
Oh, there's cops there all the time. It's fine. It's fine.
For some suspicious
Mom, as
activity.
long as they're not coming to my house to collect me, I'm okay with whatever's happening. That's not my business.
Yes, but as your mother, I can now no longer have you live in the area that you're living because now I know the dirt. I know everything going on. I know why the popo are there.
Yes, you're concerned about me, but maybe you should think about the fact that your daughter is most likely posting raccoon videos to the Ring community while everyone else is posting safety videos.
I'm not worried about the raccoon videos. I'm worried about the car thefts and the people trying to break into the houses and those things that I now know on Ring. And I'm thinking, my house my neighborhood is not as safe as I thought it was. And I'm kind of like, I need some more locks for the door.
You're fine.
And it's like, I never even thought about.
And, Mom, if anyone comes in here, they're going to trip over all of Autumn's crap. It's going to be fine.
They're going to have to get through the cat on the porch first.
Right. The cat with anxiety.
Yeah, the cat with anxiety.
Bounce
who will
the second
go.
Anyone comes near him, he's gone.
Yes.
He's gone.
I had a neighbor try to bring him home once to me because I couldn't find him. And he was so anxious that the minute she tried to hand him to me, he jumped out of her arms and went down the sewer. So I'm like, I swear.
No, firm pass.
I'm like, I
don't
swear.
know why I keep coming back.
Yeah, I'm like, I swear I'm not beating the cat. He's just hypersensitive.
He has anxiety.
He doesn't like to be picked up in the first place.
Right.
He won't sit on your lap.
He's got a long diagnosis.
Yes, he does.
He has social anxiety, regular anxiety.
Yes, at one point, my daughter, Autumn, realized she was sharing anxiety meds with the cat. The veterinarian put the cat on the same anxiety meds Autumn took.
That's nice.
So, yeah, he's got some problems. He's,
He fits right in with the family.
Yeah, he fits right in.
Just another member of the family.
Yes.
We've talked about this as a family, not bringing any more crazy in.
Yes.
We've tried to make sure we're not adding to it, but
yes.
Yeah, once again, Dad claims to be the only normal person in the family, but
right.
His
not
crazy is
either.
just a different.
It's a different level.
Brand. Yeah. Different brand.
Yeah.
He's got his whatever paper bag chart this is here in his office.
Something
I don't know.
Planning, yes. He's got detailed on the wall. It's a paper bag on the wall.
It's a paper bag. He doesn't need to use Excel spreadsheets anymore. He's just going to make his own.
The paper bag.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah. I mean, it looks really good. I don't know what it means, but it looks really good.
Looks good. Looks like he's got it figured out.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. Maybe I should start doing that for
some
my
paper
life.
bags on your wall.
Bags.
With duct tape.
Yeah.
Kind of a redneck influence there, although
he's not... It's a redneck spreadsheet. It's a redneck dry erase board.
Yes. And he's not a redneck, actually, because he's not from the South. But, yeah, it does look like a redneck dry erase board there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how did... I haven't even talked to you about this, but how did COVID go? How was that? I heard
my gosh.
You guys were quarantining, but I'm not sure how that went.
Well, let me tell you, America.
I turned off my group text notifications after about 23 messages. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to mute this.
Yeah. So you don't know everything that went on. That's an interesting point to know, Sarah, that when I'm texting you multiple things, you're turning me off.
Because you guys blow up my phone. I'm in a group text with the family, and then there's a group text with the siblings, and then there's a group text with my friends. And if I don't turn my phone on silent or mute the notifications at work, it's just one after another. I don't know what you guys are doing with your lives that you have this kind of time on your hands.
Yeah.
But I cannot keep up.
Yeah, I realize this because Addie has complained about the same thing, and evidently he just mutes it too. So I kind of feel like I need to do something about this.
Yeah, you know what you do? Your solution is creating a new group text.
I know.
Because I'm in one with you and X. I'm in one with you and Autumn and X. I'm one with you. You leave Dad out. You've got one with all of us kids and leave Dad out when you're talking about Dad.
Yes.
I
think he's caught on to that I leave him out of the text.
Do.
He's like,
you just creep.
Wait a minute. He's like, wait a minute. She went from my group and she's gone now. And then there's another group. So, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's one that James is in with us. And I've got, James will be in the other room and he'll come say, Mom, did you see what Brianna just texted? And I'm just like.
Yeah, I've discovered.
That's your extra measure of making sure I read the text.
Yes.
By looping him in.
Yes, I've discovered the joy, one of the many joys, or the essential benefits of having a grandchild is when your child doesn't answer your text, you can send your grandchild in to tell
Into
his
the next
mother,
room to tell his
Grandma
mom.
wants me to ask you
Yes.
this because you're not
Is that-
answering her text. It's like 30 seconds later before you even get a chance to pick up your phone.
Yes.
Okay, Grandma sent me in here to
I'm like,
ask
yes,
you.
I saw the text just a second. I read the same text that you read.
Yes.
And I'm about to respond, but apparently it's not quick enough.
But yes.
Does that go into his extra fees? Is that part of the...
Yeah, that's why he gets paid extra.
That's why he gets paid extra?
For all the work that he does.
Right. It's not just the work around your house. It's the communication, the messenger.
The spying.
Work. Yes.
Yes.
The spying.
Yes, what's your mother doing right now? Why didn't she answer my text? Oh, I'll go in and see.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've found ways to...
You don't need a Ring camera.
Yeah.
You just...
I found that this
need a
grandchild is really beneficial. I need more because I need to have spies everywhere.
Yeah, and he'll do whatever as long as he's on the payroll.
Yeah. Yeah, his fees are going up, though.
Yeah, he just went to Disneyland with almost $400 of his own money that he earned.
He worked. Yeah, he did. He worked hard.
Yeah. So... At $15 an hour, he managed to earn close to $400.
Yes.
Spent it all.
That boy earned
souvenirs.
It mowing and cleaning my bathrooms, and it was really nice.
Spying.
Walking from my chair to the front door to pick up one of Autumn's many packages. You know, just can you get me a glass of water? He's like, sure, that'll be $3.
Yes.
Yes.
Your own personal assistant that's expensive.
Yeah, it's like having a servant that's like, this is really nice. I could get used to this. So, yeah.
And Dad's just like, we can't afford this.
I know.
He's already saving for his next trip out there. He's already calculated. He's about to earn another $400 to go out there and blow it on Star Wars lightsabers and a droid. Yeah. And he
Star Wars
home,
memorabilia.
He needs shelves now to place all his Star Wars memorabilia. I have a droid in my home, people.
Yes, she does.
And a lightsaber that was like $150.
Yes.
And between him swinging the lightsaber around or playing on his Oculus in the living room, I'm very glad that I decided to take MMA classes because I now can protect myself against the flying arms that come my way when he's not paying attention.
Yes, that's the point of it all.
That was what my training was for.
Yeah, that was what it was for. It was not for fitness or something you were interested in. It was how to get from the front door into the kitchen and walk through the living room of a kid with a VR headset.
Yes, swinging his arms around.
Yes, swinging and punching
and talking smack to all those poor online souls
that happen
to be there.
That we have to constantly say, okay.
You can't say that.
You can't
Calm
talk
down.
to people that way. You're being rude. Don't do that. So, but yeah. So, it's interesting. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
So, do you want to hear about how COVID
let's get
went?
Back to COVID. How was that for you?
Okay, America. This was very interesting because that day, like Sarah said, James was going to come over, or I was going to pick him up to come over and earn his money to go to Disneyland. To mow the lawn. Yeah. So, before I did that, Ned was sick and he said, he had a doctor's appointment later in the afternoon and he said, the doctor's going to want to know if I have COVID. Will you get me a COVID test, an at-home test? And I said, yes. So I got him this, dropped it off. Then I went to pick James. Then I come back with James. We walk in the garage door and he's like at the sink, doing dishes, hacking, no mask.
Like coughing.
He's like, well, he's like, just to let you know, I tested positive for COVID. And James immediately just jumped back.
James wants nothing to do with it. He's not going to Disney. He's out.
He's going to Disney Wednesdays.
He's been like that
2 days after that.
Came around. He's like, I'm not catching that.
Yeah. He's like, nope, I'm out of here. I said, James, get out the door. And James ran out the door. And so, and I'm just like, okay, well. Okay.
So maybe lay down? I don't know what you're doing.
Yes. I'm like, well, first of all, if you have COVID, you can't be here.
You can't be here, sir.
Yes. I'm like, you cannot walk around my house. You have to stay in a position somewhere. You cannot.
We'll leave your food at the door.
Yes, that was my plan. Okay, you hibernate in a room. We have plenty of spare bedrooms. You hibernate. He ended up going into where James stays when he comes to visit. He went into his bedroom. I'm like, why are you going into the grandchild bedroom? Why don't you go downstairs in the basement? There's an extra bedroom down there too.
There's a bathroom.
There's a family room.
There's a TV. Yeah.
I mean, America, we have 3.5 bathrooms in our house, and that man chose my bathroom to come in our bedroom and throw up in my toilet. And I was like, why are you in here?
Why are you here?
Yes, can't you go? So anyway, I told him, okay, let's stay, in one place, and I'll bring you food, and I'll bring you whatever, or I'll put at the door, or whatever. But this did not happen, America. This did not happen whatsoever. Even slightly, Sarah, even slightly, this did not happen. He stayed in 2 rooms. 2 rooms, he said, okay, I'm going to quarantine in 2 rooms.
Instead of taking the whole basement, he could have just...
Yeah, he had a TV down there. He had a bathroom. There's a family room.
Maybe he was trying to kill off the hamster that's in James' room.
Yeah.
And give the hamster COVID.
Which I wonder, because it does say have pets stay away too. I read something. I don't know if that's
You read something on Google?
And I'm hoping to get rid of some of the excess pets we have around this house. Raccoons, hamsters, cats.
Right.
Whatever. So, anyway, he's in there for during the day. Mostly he was working in his office. He had his sleeping bag out, laying in his office, working at the computer, and then he would go into
the spare bedroom.
James's room. Yeah. And I said to him, he says, can you wash the sheets? Because James usually sleeps there. And I said, yeah, I'll wash them, and you can lay there.
Yeah.
Well, no, I washed them for him. But instead of laying on the sheets and being comfortable, he got a sleeping bag. Before I got the sheets done, he was in a sleeping bag on the mattress pad of the bed. It was not made.
Was he just tired?
It's okay. I'm comfortable.
It's okay. I'll sleep in a sleeping bag on top of the bed.
Right. And I'm like, what are you, camping? Camping?
He's so weird.
Yes.
He's so weird.
Yes.
I know that I don't even know how he does it. Like, I know that, there are times when he's been sick or he comes and sleeps in his office sometimes.
Yeah.
He will roll out the sleeping bed on the floor, and I'm just like, how are you comfortable there, sir?
Yes. I even offered our bed. I said, look, honey, you can have our bed in our bathroom, and I'll go somewhere else. But he didn't want that. He said, no, I'll just sleep on my sleeping bag in James's room. And he did not admit to me that he was still going to be
around the
whole house, down in the kitchen. I mean, it was like trying to keep a 2-year-old in bed. He's like up and here and down. And I'm like, you sound really sick. Why don't you go lie down?
He's a smart man, but I don't think he understood the idea of quarantining, it seems like.
No, and he's coming, and then the first day he got positive, he's starting to say things like, well, I miss you. Could we go downstairs and watch TV together? And I'm like, no.
Like, you have COVID.
You have COVID. So this did not, go too well. And I actually went to the store and got a can of Lysol. And he's like, what do you need that for? And I'm like, come on. He starts to tell me about the theory of germs and why germs only stay on a certain surface for so long and such. And I'm like, I don't care about that. I got Lysol.
You just Lysol it, the whole air around him.
I was like a priest with holy water.
Yeah.
Following 6 feet behind him, spraying the air of
wherever
Lysol.
he walked, yeah.
Wherever he walked, because he did not stay contained. He did not. So I just had to tell family people, don't even come over. don't even come over because he's everywhere. He's going to quarantine in the house.
He's just going to quarantine in the house.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try not to get sick myself.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's basically how it was. And, yeah, so it was just crazy. And then America, about a week into it, then I got sick. But I tested 3 times for COVID and it said negative. Now, they were home tests, so I don't know, but I did get something. I did get a cough and a cold. I got his symptoms.
Right.
From, being quarantining in the whole house.
From trying to clean every surface that he walked around in instead of just resting like a normal person.
Yes. Your dad can't do that.
He doesn't know.
I've never seen him rest.
Of rest.
And here's an interesting fact, Sarah. How normally he's sick and you'll see him working in the garage. He went in every area of the house, but he did not go in his garage. He opened the door once and looked at his car. Like he doesn't
want his car to catch COVID.
I know. He looked in there once at his car that he's, rebuilding, and he looked, but he didn't go in there. And I was like, well, this is really odd. The man has been in every room in this house.
Except for the garage.
Yeah.
Did you ask him why?
No, but I should, because I was just baffled about this. It's like his parts or his car parts were going to get COVID or something was going to get messed up. Or I don't know.
Doesn't want to infect. He doesn't want COVID on any surface of his car.
Yeah.
Because the germ life.
Yeah, who knows?
Can last longer on car parts.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Who
I don't
knows?
know. It was something strange. I never asked him about that, but I should, because normally when he's sick, he goes in there and works or whatever. But, just really an odd situation. So that was pretty, but there is one thing I discovered. I've realized it's not just Dad. It's that nobody in this family, because Autumn was here, has any boundaries. They don't know about respecting boundaries.
You're just now realizing this?
Yes.
Today?
Autumn comes home. Autumn comes home from work the night that, her dad found out he had COVID. She comes into my room. I had gotten her a COVID test. And she has to take this, of course, for work and stuff. So she says, okay, Mom, let me take the test to see if I have it. So I said, here's the test. I'm going to bed. Go in your room. Here it is. No, America. She opens up the box of the test, opens up the paper, lays everything out on my bed to swab her nose and see if she has COVID. And I'm like, okay, I want to go to bed. I don't want to wait 15 minutes to see if you have COVID.
Like, why are you in here?
She has no symptoms, but she comes into the bedroom where her sick father had been sleeping, and she comes in there, lays everything out on the bed.
I know about her laying everything out, okay?
Yes.
I've been on vacation with her. She's stayed over at my house.
Yes.
And that's what she does, is she lays all of her crap out.
Yes. Yes. It's become a constant thing around the house. I'm like, she packed a box up. I don't know why she had it, but there was James had, maybe you gave it to her to get rid of. I don't know, but there were,
box of clothes or
box
whatever.
of clothes. Was that from you?
Yeah, see if she wanted to go through it and then donate whatever.
So that was your contribution to my misery. Okay, yes. That box is now on my piano, and I
saw that. I was wondering what it was doing there.
Not you, not Autumn. I'm the one that has to find a donor for these clothes. It's because it's sitting on the piano, and I have to do something about it soon. Right. Yeah. She had a box in my dining room of things.
The fact that you have a piano in your
kitchen, which I didn't want the piano either.
I mean, I feel like that's where the problem started, too.
Yes,
we should have done that, but...
Which I told Dad about the piano. I said, okay, the piano was a piano that I had as a child, and Ned, my husband, refinished it, and he gave it to my niece. And she was several states away. Well,
he ended up picking it up for her because they were moving. So.
Yes. So, I'm thinking, okay, where's he going to put this? Because
he doesn't want to put it in the garage with his car. That's where it was. That's where we had it before, which very weird to have a piano in your garage also. But
yes,
it was Better than in the kitchen.
Yes. And he brings it home, and I was like, where are you going to put that?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, don't you want it? It was your childhood piano. I mean, your father bought it for you. And I was like...
You're like, I don't know how to play. I didn't learn.
I haven't played since I was 12.
Right. Only knew one song.
And you refinished the outside of the piano, but the inside of the piano, the keys need tuning. They stick to your fingers. The keys will actually come off. Because nobody has done anything about this yet. So I told him, well, I think you can give it away to somebody, and I would be okay with that. Because I actually had a little, that little...
the radio downstairs.
Yeah, the little bureau I had sitting there. Little thing for the kitchen decoration.
Right, yeah, you had a decoration for the kitchen.
And I had to move that over to another wall. And so it's just weird because people come in the house and there's a piano there in the kitchen. I mean, who has a piano? If you have a piano in your kitchen, America, I need to hear from you.
If you have a piano in your kitchen, we know what kind of family you have.
You have family like ours. Yes.
We know what your life is like.
Yes, we do.
We know you.
Yes. And Autumn is telling me, of course, I want that piano.
You're like, good, great, it's yours.
Well,
find a place.
Because it's an heirloom. And one day, when I get married, I want that in my house. I'm like, I don't want to wait till that happens.
Well, the good news is, James's Yoda ball predicted that Autumn will be the next one to get married.
Oh, really?
Did not give us a date. However, we are going by what the Yoda predicts now.
Okay, good. So if that's
it's not good.
Yeah.
I can tell you the predictions haven't been good so far.
Oh,
but
great.
There was that one.
Anything for you coming up?
Oh, no. There will be, no. Not going to get married. Said I would be lonely forever.
Oh, great. How kind. How kind.
Asked if I would get my life together. That was also a no. He did ponder on that, though. He did his pondering, and then he said no. So.
All right, all bad news.
But I will have cats, apparently.
Oh, I'll be surprised to see.
Yeah.
Because you're not an animal person.
No.
You're not into really animals. You don't want to clean up after them, no.
No, because that's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
And, I'm not into petting animals.
No.
And I've got a kid, so I think we're squared away.
You're squared away with animal kids, yes. Yeah.
But, just, why don't you just have that ray of hope for you. Yoda said that Autumn will be the next in line to get married. So
okay, well, I'm going to cling to that belief on that Yoda ball.
Every time you look at that piano.
Yeah. Well, I've been telling Dad, okay, we need to put this on Craigslist or on something there. Somebody that wants it can come get it. But, it hasn't happened. We even said something to Autumn, but I think, like I said, she wants the piano to add to whatever junk she's going to have.
You know what? Maybe you should just put the piano in her room.
Yes. Hey, that's an idea, but I have a feeling that Dad would not feel good about bringing it upstairs. He'd be like, I think it's good here. Yeah. And I don't think it would fit with all her printers and little devices in every corner of the room. I don't think.
No, the room is not that big at this point. So.
No, it's crowded in there. So
it's crowded in there.
It's eventually going to be
in her head.
In her head too. It's going to be a little space that you walk through like a maze, a little path one day.
That's how, Mom. Haven't you ever watched Hoarders? That's what their houses look like. They have pathways.
Oh, this is really frightening.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting scary then.
It's getting there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting much, but So that was pretty much. Pretty much how everything's gone.
Pretty much the past few weeks for you.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add that's been interesting that happened to you or anything?
No. I think it's been busy with work, and I'm planning 2 weddings for 2 of my friends, and
yes, you are busy with that.
Yeah, managing life. James started junior high, and I can't get any intel out of him.
No.
About how his going. Apparently, it's good. I mean, he wore his poop emoji shirt to school and a pair of shirts or
Yeah.
shorts. He doesn't care. The only thing he cares about is whether or not his shoes are Adidas brand.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and he, I bought him those expensive shoes, and he mowed the lawn in them, and they were green afterward, and I was like, what did you do? School hasn't even started yet.
I know.
That's why Dad was like, don't let him wear shoes until he starts school, and you were like that too, and I was like, but his other shoes were pinching his feet, and I'm being the grandma thinking his poor feet are being pinched.
Yeah, well, and he needed to have shoes for walking around in Disney for 2 full days.
Yeah.
So that was good, but yeah, I really wanted to keep those nice and pristine, but that's not how things go in our family in general. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious, Sarah, did you do anything interesting when James went to Disneyland? Because let me tell you one thing interesting about James at Disneyland. He went with his Aunt Xana. He flew out to California and went with her. And she said that he was more interested in shopping at Disney.
Because he saved his money for those items.
Yes. He was more interested in the shopping because there was all kinds of Star Wars stuff and all kinds of...
Those are some of those traits from Autumn just passing through.
Yeah. She's having a lot of influence lately. I'm a little concerned.
Yeah, they go shopping together.
Yes, they do. And
she's using him. He's just a pawn. She's
Yes,
building the relationship with him because she realized James can get the money from you.
Yes, he can. Because she asked me the other day, I'm taking James out shopping.
I'm taking James.
And can you give me $20 for gas?
Yes.
Because I'm taking James shopping and my car is empty. And I want to make me, James, a blanket. Can you give me another $10?
Yes.
And yes. Yeah.
Yeah. He's just,
So she's working it. She's working it through James.
I have a feeling they're conspiring together because there are times when he'll give me the I'm bored and I say, okay, call Autumn. Maybe she can take you somewhere. I'll give you some money. And I don't know what the two of them do with my card, but they find a way to collect the change. They hold on to the change. There is no change that they bring back.
Yes. And like you said, his fees are going up because he gets $15 to mow the lawn. So last week, he mowed the lawn, and then he told me, okay, I mowed the lawn, but the fee was a little extra. It's going to be $22. And I said, well, what did you do? Well, you see, I had to put gas in the lawnmower in order to mow the lawn. And I was like,
that's extra.
Oh, okay, here you go.
Yeah.
So I give him the $20 and your dad.
You did not question that. Everyone else is like, isn't that part of the process?
I know. Your dad is like, he put gas in the lawnmower and you gave him $22. He's like, that is not an extra chore.
Right. That's not.
That is padding the bill.
Yes. That's called a hidden fee.
Yeah, that is a hidden fee. So, yeah, I've realized I got to tighten the purse strings because Disney was a lot of chores on my budget. It was a lot of, I was being charged for everything. Yeah, so
he got you.
Tighten it up. Yes, he did. Yeah. Now it was difficult. Yeah.
When you got the final bill and you realized how much you had to send over.
Yes. Yeah. We need to find him a job next summer that he can, because it was great. I mean, my house has never been cleaner, but, it's very expensive for me.
It is expensive to have an assistant.
Yes, it is. It is. So, yeah. So Dad's like, we're going to need to find him a job next summer, so he's not here every day cleaning.
He called me and asked if I knew what the child labor laws were. I'm like, I don't think he can work.
You're 12.
Legally. He's 12, but I'll spread the word that he'll mow lawns for $15 if that's what you mean.
Yeah, because he's been asking about that because he wants more money. So he's like, he's thinking...
Dad asked me what the child labor laws were.
Oh, Dad did.
Because he can't afford James at this point.
Okay. Yeah, well, I told James, I have friends. Maybe some of them need some chores done.
Yeah.
But Dad said, well, you need to make sure first before you do that he's doing everything, 100%. Because when he cleaned my house, I sort of had to stand over him. I had to clean part of the thing first and then let him join in. So
I'm like, got you.
This is how you clean the toilet. You put in the chemical, then you take the brush and you do this. See? Yeah, Grandma, show me that again.
Yeah, show me how you do the rest of it.
Yeah, show me how you clean the sinks. Yeah.
You paid for your own instruction
yes,
on how to clean.
I did. But I figured, maybe I'm preparing him for the future. Someday he's going to grow up and have a really clean house because he's going to know how to clean these items like a toilet.
Now he's going to be able to afford to pay someone else to clean.
With all my money.
With your money.
Yes, that's true. That's true. He'll probably call me and say, Grandma, I am, 26, but I'm alone today and I forgot how to clean a toilet. Could you come over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got you. That's for sure.
Yeah. So anyway, America, that's been about our couple weeks. I've missed you, America. It's good to talk to you again.
America. Yes. Yeah, we took a few weeks off due to COVID and all the things going on, getting ready back to school, but we should be back on our regular schedule.
Weekly.
Yes. Well, thank you all for listening.
Thanks, America. And remember, life is funny that way.